Here we go. 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 What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simple Sports Hub, man, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football. Yes, I am back live, and your boy is fully recovered from a stomach bug that plagued my body. Let me move this basket out the way. Sorry, y'all. Washing clothes. My bad. My bad. But what it do? What's good with everybody, man? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hopefully everybody is having a wonderful Tuesday. And I know that I have missed some very important information. Um, some breaking news for the Washington Commanders that I was not able to, go live and talk about due to your boy catching the stomach bug from his daughter. But I'm back. My insides have been reconstructed and replenished by a lot of electrolytes. I still got my jug of water here that your boy is, drinking. I am now set up on TikTok Live and also YouTube Live. I am now on both platforms, and I am probably going to get restricted on TikTok Live just because I am showing content, which I thought I could. I might get restricted for a little bit, but hopefully I can appeal it and they will, share my live to a lot of people. But it is what it is. I'm here. Your boy Simba is here, man. Let's discuss the Washington Commanders hiring within the, organization. What previous, assistant quarterback coach, young guy, 30 years old. So it kind of checks off maybe one or two of my boxes that I've kind of been hoping that, we can, attract and be able to bring into this organization to change around the offense and defense of play calling. I've always alluded to, let's get somebody young and innovative into this locker room. Let's get somebody that knows how to call plays. I did want somebody from the Kyle Shanahan's, coaching, plethora of tree that you would say, you got the Matt LaFleur, Kevin O'Connell, the Sean McVay of the world that is now, coaching the, multiple, that got head coaching jobs, right? So now we can fully discuss and talk about David Blough, a guy that a lot of people wasn't, thinking that would get the job. It was a lot of beat writers that was kind of, alluding to, him being a top candidate. I know a lot of people and the fan base wanted Mike McDaniels. And I'm going to be the one that kind of, first say it. I wanted him too. I wanted Mike McDaniels to not get a head coaching job. I wanted him to potentially, even if he did get some interviews as head coach, I wanted him to leave those jobs. I mean, not accept those jobs and come and coach with DQ and run our offense with JD5. Disappointed high key McDaniels going to Philly or Detroit, and that's the most depressing part. That's the most depressing part of this whole thing. Am I upset that we got David Blough? Nah, I ain't that upset. But will I be upset? Like, will I get upset if we lose Mike McDaniels to like our division rivals and the fucking Philadelphia Eagles or to the Detroit Lions? Hell fucking yeah, I'll be mad as hell. Bro, we need to get rid of them old vets and open the salary cap for new talent. I do agree with that. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Mr. Cherry with the follow. Appreciate it, my guy. I mean, appreciate it. At least try to entertain McDaniels talk. Yes, and that's the fact that we didn't, say, hey, the Commanders are considering, Commanders year with the follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The fact that we didn't even consider or bring him in for an interview is just like, damn, like what happened? What like was we that afraid to lose a David Blough who has worked with Jaden Daniels before? I get it. Losing him to a Detroit Lions offense, yeah, I can understand that. Like it did felt rushed a little bit, Danny, and I agree with that. And he probably was a sought name that was going to probably be next to be promoted to a offensive coordinator. I don't think he would have skipped offensive coordinator and jumped straight into a head coaching job. That's just me personally. With him not calling the offense at all, I just didn't see it. I didn't see that transpiring. We literally watching JD5 career get destroyed. I'm still optimistic. Derek Jacks. I'm optimistic that we still can get something out of David Blough. He's worked with Ben Johnson. He's worked with Kevin O'Connell. He knows the Kyle Shanahan offense. He's ran it as a quarterback, so he knows the philosophy. He knows the some of the wiggles and and he has an innovative mind. That's what we've been told. Right now, we could be told a lot, but is he going to be able to put a game plan together week to week and be able to adjust in game like some of the guys that we see calling offenses out of the Kyle Shanahan tree, like a Sean McVay, like a Mike McDaniels, like a Kevin O'Connell, like a Matt LaFleur. Like, are we going to be able to see him be able to adapt inside the games and be able to still give us, something good? You know what I'm saying? Like, and be able to, take JD's game to another level. We don't know that yet. We got to see. And they go to restriction. Let me see. Junior with the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Do Commanders like the head coach? I like the head coach. Much about Blough, not going to lie. I mean, and again, we don't know. He's never coached. He's never called an offensive game before. So it's a lot of things that we don't know about Blough. But we're going to find out soon. And the fan base of the Washington Commanders, if he comes out looking anything Pooh Buddington, they're gonna be calling for his job. They're gonna be calling for DQ job. They're gonna be asking for a new set of coaches to come in here. We're still trying to find our defensive coordinator. No rushing that. We got some time. Yes, Dan Quinn is good. Of course, we like our head coach. Yeah, I love DQ. I don't. Jonathan with the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you. So it's a matter of what flavor of offense is David Blough more going to pull from? Is he going to pull more from the Ben Johnson philosophy of being an offensive play caller, or is he going to pull from more of Kevin O'Connell? Is he going to pull a little bit more from the Cliff Kingsbury? How is he going to merge all three philosophies into his philosophy? We just don't know. Mitty with the follow. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. This guy was just playing 3 years ago. Now he's a head coach. Now he's an OC. Big mistake. Hey man, some of the best bums as NFL quarterbacks can sometimes be your best. Hey, look at the head coach for the New Orleans Saints. Look at how he was calling plays for the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, won a Super Bowl, and got a head coaching job. He was just removed from the league, and what? Oh, I mean, at least he did get some offensive coordinator, time and play calling. But we don't know if he's good yet. We gotta wait to see. Lex, we gotta wait to see. I pray he pulls from Ben Johnson a lot. Michael, I agree with it. I like all three philosophies being merged to one. This is a young 30-year-old, potentially innovative, supposed to be play calling. It's not like he didn't have ties with Kevin O'Connell to understand his vision. He played quarterback. He was a backup quarterback that got maybe 1 or 2 starts with the Minnesota Vikings, and he played with Ben Johnson in Detroit. So he understands the mindset behind the genius that we see Ben Johnson's calling in Chicago. We even seen a flavor play of us in the Chicago game against the Packers. What DJ Moore leaking up the sideline, and they running a bubble screen, fake the bubble screen, and go, and DJ Moore leaking down the sideline. Luke McCaffrey did the exact same thing. Word around town is that David Blough had some opinions or had some take on that design of a play. That is the word. Now, if the word is true, we don't know. We gotta wait and see. Why can't he create his own? He could create his own, but you got to pull from somewhere. SC3. You got to pull from somewhere. And yes, he could say, "Hey, I want to run this type of offense," and then I pull certain things from. But you rarely see a guy that comes from like the Reeds offensive play calling, Andy Reeds, the Ben Johnsons, the Kyle Shanahans. They all run their own variations of what the main matriarch of the offense is, and that's the West Coast style offense. But they have their own different flavors, and that's what you're going to see out of David. He's going to have his own different flavors. But let's see how it works. Are we in a position going into year 3 of this so-called recalibration? where we need to go with a guy with zero experience. The one thing that you don't have to worry about and will be hard to decipher is you've never seen him call plays before. So you cannot really pull from it and see previous years of him coaching an offense or calling an offense and say, this is how we want to stop this. So, yes, it's a little like we don't know how to game plan from a defensive coordinator perspective. But, maybe a week or two into it, then you'll probably see guys start to, see his flavor and where he really want to go as an offense. Are you in the DMV? Yes, sir. To relive that 2013 picture with all those crazy coaches we had, I'm glad we taking a chance. Yes, and that's another. I think that was probably another reason why DQ pulled the trigger on David Blough, is that you don't want to lose more talent. And guess what? Dan Quinn had some of that same talent in Atlanta, so he damn sure know. I pray he pulls from Ben Johnson. We write that already. Blough went to Purdue. He's smart for sure. Yes. I think he has the witty. That's why I say the young, witty mindset to be able to call not conservative, but to have the trickery, to keep defenses guessing, to not be predictable. Cliff Kingsbury. Exactly. We don't know what he's bringing, and that's what I like about it. That's the part that I'm most intrigued about. I want to see his press conference. I kind of want to see how his approach and his tenacity, when he's being asked questions and how he's going to answer them. That's what I want to see. I want to see his press conference. I'm excited to see how he answers these questions without trying to give too much. It's a chess game now, because you got defenses that we're going to be facing next year trying to figure out how can we get a jump on what philosophy he is. Don't give him too much, but try to give us a little bit that kind of helps us understand where his mindset is going. And even if he says, hey, I plan on pulling from Cliff Kingsbury, Kevin O'Connell, and Ben Johnson, that's good enough for me. Because guess what both of them got? That's what all three of them got. They all have a good passing game, and two of those guys are able to call efficient runs. We've seen Cliff Kingsbury, from a passing perspective, dial up some great, passing play calls. Like, we've seen it. We've seen it with our own eyes. Same with Kevin O'Connell. Now, granted, he has Justin Jefferson over there and Jordan Addison and a nice-ass tight end. He got some good receivers over there, too. And that's probably the next thing, like personnel. What does he need to take this offense to the next level? And we did not hit our ceiling yet. We are still trying to climb and become a dominant offense. I think as long as we are healthy, then our offense can be great. We have a good offense, not defense. Yes, and we all know the defensive coordinator conversation is going to come up in a little bit. Some guys that we done interviewed, some guys that we are looking to, bring in potentials. Brian Floyd's name just got mentioned today as a potential candidate that we would want to potentially bring in and interview for the defensive coordinator job. But we already know what Brian Floyd's first goal is to try to land another head coaching job, which I think he's suitable and able to do. And he's earned that opportunity again, especially with the bad stint that he had in Miami. Everyone forgot about us. We're about to shock the nation in 2026. I like that mindset. Is that Jams? Your name is hard to pronounce. I'm gonna say Jam. Appreciate it though. Yes, I agree with y'all, man. But let me know, man. What do y'all think? I see some comments that he's gonna probably pull more from a Ben Johnson. Imagine JD with Ben Johnson. You see how Caleb Williams is playing. You see that offense, but guess what that offense has that we saw from a statistical standpoint how good the run game is. But you seeing Ben Johnson, do it with a guy like DeAndre Swift, who is not veered as a top running back and a rookie 7th round draft pick. Being able to run the ball effectively, efficiently, and also dialing in with the under center play action, the shotgun play action. He runs every formation. He's not limiting his quarterback to anything. So, yes, I would have loved to see JD5 with Ben Johnson, but Ben Johnson didn't choose JD5. He chose Caleb Williams. So, 2 tears in the bucket, fuck it, and fuck him. Sorry, but not sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. I think he's a phenomenal head coach and an offensive play caller, but he ain't with us. He with the ops. He with the Chicago Bears right now. But good luck to him and Caleb Williams as they, take on their next, competition in the playoffs. I don't believe one year was a fraud season, but I think a lot of it was they didn't know our plan. Are you talking about what Cliff Kingsbury and what offense he was running year one versus year two? So maybe the same with year three could help us again. Yeah. And again, can he be innovative? Can David Blough be innovative? Can he switch it up if need be? Can he say, "Oh, y'all dialing in on these screen games, but guess what? We're gonna start running screens to the left side now. We're gonna start running screens middle screens. We ain't gonna be running too much RPO. We trying to limit that. We trying to limit JD5 from being in harm's way. Sometimes as a coach, you gotta step in front of the player. You know what I'm saying? You got to take the play out of harm's way with your play calling. Because no one knew that Jaden was doing and Cliff wasn't calling how he was normally. Yeah. But I still think that Cliff Kingsbury offense year two was still predictable. Inside zone left, inside zone right. And then we ran a counter left and a counter right, and then we ran the RPO. That was our three runs. That was our three main runs. You want Brian Flores? I want Brian Flores too. That is, man, if I can get one coach that, I rarely get I got JD5, so I got to be happy there, right? I called JD5. That's the pick that I wanted going into that draft. I normally don't get the player that I asked for, so it's hard for me to scout players because I fall in love with the tape and them. I can see how they fit on our team, and then come draft day, we don't get them. And then I go into the free agency. Hey, I want him to come to the mob. We don't get him. So coaching right now, I'm 0 for 1 because I wanted Mike McDaniels to be our offensive coordinator. Even going to head coach, I did not want DQ. I wanted Mike McDonald. I wanted Mike McDonald to be our head coach, y'all. I wanted him to come to Washington, not go to Seattle. But again, fuck him. He chose Seattle over us. He the ops now. I'm just so glad Joe Witt is gone. I think everybody in the organization and the fan base is happy Joe Witt is out of there. Do you think the Eagles should move on from Cooper DeJean? Hell no. Why would they move on from him? Cooper DeJean is him and Quinyon Mitchell. That's they guys. That's who they got right now. Those they guys right there. I don't think that they're gonna move on from him. They'd be a little insane to move on from a Quinyon Mitchell, in my opinion. What it do, YouTube family? What's good with y'all? Hey man, I'm live on both platforms right now, and I'm live on TikTok. I'm live on YouTube. What it do? We are discussing the coaching OC, the new offensive coordinator for Washington Commander is no other than the interim, quarterback coach that stepped in for Tavita when he took the Stanford job back in college. And he became the quarterback coach. And we saw JD5 tweet him when we announced it. JD5 posted his picture on his Instagram story. So that I guess kills all of the he probably was still caught off guard that they let go Cliff Kingsbury and him being upset and being mad. But he got a guy that he's worked with for the last 2 years. Now we got to see how they dial up an effective and efficient offensive game. That's all. Cooper DeJean's brother just got busted with a DUI last night. Hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I wish him nothing but the best. What do you think Harbaugh and McDaniels is going? Harbaugh, everybody is alluding that he's either going to the New York Giants or he's going to potentially maybe take. So New York Giants, I'm hearing New York Giants, Falcons, and the Miami Dolphins. Those are, I think, his top 3 options. I don't think a lot of people want that Las Vegas job. I don't think a lot of people want that. Tennessee is another potential, but I think McDaniels is looking at, I think which helps him out from an offense perspective. You got Lamar Jackson with Zay Flowers and Derrick Henry and Mark Andrews. That's a nice offense already put together. And Bateman. And then you got the Falcons who got Drake London. You can sign, Kyle Pitts back, and he got B. John Robinson, who he loves running backs. He loves running backs that can run that outside zone technique or that outside running technique. And then you got, the major question mark is who's going to be their quarterback. So it might be the Falcons. I mean, and then he also might like the Titans too with Cam Ward and seeing if they can get him a true number one receiver. He might want to go there too. But do you think year one Cliff and year two Cliff are completely different? We couldn't cut year one Cliff. Hell no, we couldn't let Cliff go year one at all. But we knew that we was going to potentially lose Cliff. And I say this, y'all, and this was my thought process when it came to everybody that was shocked at Cliff Kingsbury leaving, right? Or being, parting ways with the team. I look at it like this. In a perfect world, JD5 don't get hurt. Cliff Kingsbury has an amazing second year with JD5. Guess what Cliff was 9 times out of 10 going to get? A head coaching opportunity. So with that head coaching opportunity, he was going to 9 times out of 10 leave us either year 2, or he would stay with us one more year if we kept him. And then they had a successful year, and he was going to leave us year 3. JD5 was not going to keep Cliff Kingsbury for the entirety of his career. That just wasn't going to happen. He's made it very clear that he wanted to be a head coach again, and it was going to happen, regardless of we wanted him to leave or not. So let me see. Do you think the Bears can beat the Rams? I'm concerned about the weather for the Rams. Yeah, because when they play in cold weather, it doesn't look good. See them in Philly last year where they could have won the game. But that's going to be a tough game, man. Both defenses are going to play very, very well. It's all about Caleb and can he not have those mental mistakes late in the game. I don't think you're going to see those same stalled out moments that you saw with the Packers having 5 straight series of punting the ball. Nah, they offense ain't going to do that. I don't think you're going to see that. I don't think you're going to see that in the Rams offense. Their offense has been too efficient this year, in my opinion. Now, I might be wrong, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. My Giants getting John Harbaugh. Hey, good luck to y'all, man. I don't want y'all to get him, but hey, if y'all do get him, shout out to y'all. He's a former QB, top 4 in rushing yards, but our passing game hurt us. Yes, and that's why I say, like, watching the game, the run didn't look effective. Seeing the numbers, it looked like it was fucking effective. Watching our run game, it didn't look very effective. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I mean, I watched every game. The run game just didn't look effective throughout 4 quarters of football. But you look at the numbers, we top 4, so you gotta. Damn, maybe I was looking wrong. Maybe my glasses need to get fixed. I don't know. Wasn't he the Lions backup for a few years ago? Yes, he was with the Detroit Lions. Played a few games for Ben Johnson, so he knows the philosophy, y'all. He knows the scheme. He knows how to run it. He had to learn it. So maybe he'll take some stuff from Ben, take some stuff from Kevin, take some stuff from Cliff, and he wanna mix that thing up in the mixing bowl. You know what I'm saying? How you mix those ingredients, and maybe he designed his own little offense. Comp with the follow, appreciate it. Let's see what else we got. Who's this offensive coordinator? David Blough, man. He was our former, QB coach. Let's see. Everett with the Peters with the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. He worked under Kevin O'Connell and Ben Johnson. Yes, he did. Hurt receivers did not help us. No. And everybody, we going on a clean slate. Now we just need to make sure that we get fucking Laramie Tunsil deal done now. Get it out the way. Don't wait until the offseason and training camp and we got a whole nother saga. No, let's get everybody paid. All these deals done. So when we hit mini camp and veterans, let's get it taken care of now. Let's get all this shit because I don't want to hear it's nothing about, oh man, it's hard to build the team, without Terry. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that about Laramie Tunsil. Let's get this deal done. Let's get that extension out the way. I think they'll have a shootout. And it might very well be a shootout because the Rams defense, they known for giving up some points too. Yeah, I also think if they go down 21-3 the Rams, to the Rams, yeah. They're not coming back from the Rams know how to score. They know how to. Sean McVay ain't letting off the gas. And I'm not saying Matt LaFleur did either, but one thing about that Packers and Bears game, it was a lot of penalties that stalled their production in the offense. It just was. It was a lot of penalties that turned a 2nd and 8 or a 2nd and 6 into a 1st and 20. And it's like you can't, man, that's hard. And they tried to, but sometimes they just start out. If Stroud plays like he did last night, and Foxborough, Houston will get waxed. Yeah, yeah, because the Patriots. I know a lot of people say they ain't play nobody in the regular season, but hey man, they looking like they ain't no joke. I think Debo might get 1,000 with JD5 next season. Very well could be, but would he sign back to a team friendly deal? That's the question. Who the fuck is David Blough? He got offensive coordinator, LeBron City. What do you think? The Packers resigning Matt LaFleur? They better. It's hard to find good coaches out here, man. You cannot, and they need to get a true number one receiver. The inconsistency from Reed, Dobbs, and I know a lot of people from the Commanders, the fan base want Dobbs. I need me a 6'3", 6'4" receiver to go opposite of Terry. That's just me. I don't give a fuck who you put in the slot. Yeah, can he be our slot? Yes. But I need a true number two. I know watching it doesn't add up. What we got? Get McDaniel. McDaniel, man, he is. I hope he get a head coaching job somewhere. Don't go to the Eagles or go to the fucking what's the name, bro. The Chargers have fired Greg Roman. Jacory better than B-Rob. Sorry. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. We should have never got rid of B. Robinson. I think those two put together, like if you would have had that 1-2 punch, if you was looking for a 1-2 punch, Brian Robinson and Jacory, aka Lil Bill, would have been a great combo. You got the in between the guy, physical, and I know C-Rod did it. He did a good job at it. I'm not saying that he didn't, but I just like that match. I like that matrimony a lot better than C-Rod and Jacory. That's just me. That's just me. Rashad White is probably going to have a 1-2 punch with Jacory, and that could very well happen too. He could probably be the receiving back, but I think Jacory can be a good receiving back too, man. It was just his rookie year. I think he can develop into a better receiving back as well. But I think he can help. I think he can help us too. Debo ain't getting 20 mil from Washington next year. He shouldn't. He did amazing. Rashad, yes, I like Rashad. That's not my first option. Breece Hall is my first option at running back. If Stroud plays like he did, yeah, you can wax. Okay, Texas is cooking in the portal right now. Texas, they are. And Raiola going to Oregon. That's you think we getting Max Crosby? No, I'm not trading for him. If he get released and he signed a free agency deal with us, hell yeah. No, Max Def ain't coming here now. If I'm Stefanski, I'm going to the Giants. I don't know, man. The Giants situation is definitely Joe Witt. Joe Witt gone. Joe Witt looking for his replacement. Joe Witt may end up somewhere else. He might go back to Dallas. I don't know. We'll see. As a fan of a team in the NFC East, on the NFC North, how is your division looking going forward? Giants improving. I think the division is definitely going to be shaken up a little bit. You're going to see some changes happen in Philly. Everybody want their offensive coordinator to be fired. And they even calling for Nick Sirianni to be let go. Some of the fans are. Now, if that happens, no, I don't see how you let go of a head coach that just had you in the Super Bowl. Now, do you go get a new OC? Possibly, but we'll see. The Cowboys is definitely, if they can retain George Pickens, I don't know how they make that money work, but their offense is going to be definite. It's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And then you got the Giants, who is young with a phenomenal defense. Rakeem with the live. Appreciate you, my guy. Thank you so much. Thank you. What else I was saying? My bad, y'all. I lost my train of thought. And then us, I mean, but what do they do with Jackson Dart? Whoever the new head coach, do they want to work with Jackson Dart? Do they go and get another receiver? Do they go get Caleb Downs? Do they go get offensive line? We don't know. It's a lot of question marks on that team, but they definitely got some pieces there that can make them a definitely competition in the division for sure. And then us, we need to revamp our defense. We need to get as young as possible, and we need to find a defensive coordinator that's going to be able to come in and change the mindset and the philosophy and be aggressive. That's all I ask for. Let's see. We need a coach that can navigate their O-line and eyes. For sure. What else we got? Injuries got them coaches fired. For who? Us? Yeah. You can say that. Yo, Simba, how we feeling about this? Just, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Seeing where he came from, playing the game of football, being with two savant offensive coordinators and Ben Johnson and Kevin O'Connell, who knows how to call offensive games, knowing their playbook, knowing their philosophy, knowing how they, concepts work, and then working with Cliff Kingsbury for the last 2 years. I think this now. My only question mark is, can he put together a successful offense? We got to see. We got to give him the benefit of the doubt to see if he can work with JD5, which he's been working with him for the last 2 years. And he seems like a competitive guy mentally, and from what we hear and what we heard from him saying doing certain interviews. But we got to give him a chance to see if he can call an offense. We got to see it. Now Witt did get stuck with old man down defense, and that's why I say I understand the firing of Joe Witt. He wasn't able to make it work with the veteran defense that we had. But I don't put it all on him. But when you see teams like the San Francisco 49ers, even though they got some young guys over there on the defensive side, but they lost a top pass rusher in Nick Bosa. They lost a first-round draft pick in Mikael Williams. They lost Fred Warner, their all-pro linebacker. And they still was able to hold what we was told by the Philadelphia Eagles fans, that, they ain't worried about their offense going to show up when they need to show up, not show up. And we seen them, hold them to with 19 points, man. Yes, injuries was the downfall, but seeing other coaches being able to, a guy like Saleh, put that together and still dominate with third, fourth string guys, man, it make you question, like, man, did he really have a grasp of the players and having them buy into his philosophy and calling defenses? I just don't think he had it. So a lot of coaches, I wish we kept Jonathan Allen, bro. Why you wish we kept Jonathan Allen? What did he do for us? What did he do for us? Outside of giving a tough, inspirational, pregame speech, what did Jonathan Allen really do for us? I'm just asking. I'm not mad at if you give me a good reason to agree with you, but I don't think Jonathan Allen. I think his time was up. I think he was checked out mentally as well. David needs total offense experience. The talent is there. Yes, I agree with you, Rakeem. Without Jaden, we can't win games, period. Johnny, you're right. And hopefully he's working on what he said, on his exit interview. He's working on how to redefine his body, retool, reset everything, get, stronger, more durable. I don't know how you do that and still, we got to see. He would have helped this season. Our D-line is developing, and he's not a bad D-line. He was just toxic. Nah, he wasn't bad. I'm just saying he didn't do nothing that stood out. That's all. I'm not mad at what we got in return. Javon Kinlaw gave us, if not more than what Jonathan Allen gave us this season. I in my opinion, he was good in the run. Now, he didn't do much in the pass, or from a pass rushing perspective, but from a run perspective, he did his thing to me. I thought Javon Kinlaw was a great replacement. That's just, I could be wrong, but I thought Javon Kinlaw stepped up for us this year. I didn't really miss the production that Jonathan Allen was giving us. Javon Kinlaw was a good pickup. He can stop the run good, and that's what we needed. We needed that interior, and what we got beat at the most from a run perspective was to the outside. When we started losing DNs, that's when they started, capitalizing on the outside rushing. And that's just a fact. Next season, is we don't get D-line, Cam Scatterboo is going to get 150 every game. With JA, we could stop it. I don't know, man. Javon Kinlaw wasn't a bad interior run defender. I'm just saying, I didn't see him that bad. Debo is not it. I would literally pick from other teams and develop. I mean, they still got Jalen Lane that can, be what, Debo Samuels was supposed to be. He can be what Debo could be. Now he got to develop. He got to get better in his, being a consistent catcher of the football. But we got to give him time. He's a rookie. We got a guy that can play the slot. You got a guy that can, run that motion, run that, the trickery and all that, the bubble screens. That can be Jalen Lane. That don't got to be Debo. Tina, what it do? I'm so sorry, Tina. I saw your message, but I was recovering from throwing up my insides due to my daughter passing me on her stomach bug. So I apologize. And yes, the Eagles are out, and I know Tina is so fucking excited. She wanted them to lose so bad. She do not like the Eagles or the Eagles fans. I think it's more she don't like the fans than the actual team. But yes, they lost, Tina. I know you're excited. I was excited too that they took that L. I say develop Traylon, Luke, and Jalen. Yes. And if Traylon is our number 2 going into next season, bye-bye to Noah Brown. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that because I think next year's wide receiver class is probably going to be even better than what this wide receiver class this draft class is going to be. I think if you go get a guy like Isaiah Likely, you go get Kyle Pitts if he decides to depart and go get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take a Kyle Pitts first, or I'll take Isaiah Likely, Treylon Burks, Terry McLaurin, Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane. And then if you want to bring in Brandon Ayuk to pair him back with JD5, all right. I'm not too excited about it just because I haven't seen him play a year of football yet. But I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because he has chemistry with JD5, and it might work. But I want a big target receiver on the outside. That's just me. Traylon is proving himself. Yes, he did. And he proved himself this season. I wish he would have got more targets. I definitely wish he would have got more targets, but he didn't. Falcons going to franchise tag Pitts. That very well could happen. And then guess what? I'm going to go get Isaiah Likely if the Baltimore Ravens decide to let him go. Sorry, East Street Bengals. Draft a tight end from Iowa. That's a good pickup too. I like Younger from Utah just because he's 6'7". You can't teach height. And he can run routes too. Go get Breece Hall too. Hey, Mr. Dior. K. Dior. Yes. Breece Hall is my number 1 running back that I'm going to go get to pair with Ja'Cory. That's me. I just say keep Debo as well. Opens up the field more for the other receivers. And yeah, I'm not overpaying. I'm not paying him top dollar to come back. That's all I'm saying. I'm not playing Debo. He did what he was supposed to do. His stat line for this season, check. He did what he was supposed to do. He was healthy and he produced when he was on the field. Now, could he have given us more potentially if Terry was healthy? Yeah. If Noah Brown was healthy, not saying Noah Brown was a big, name, but he was able to play the outside and he could allow Debo to play more inside. But from what Debo did statistically for us, check, I'll bring him back, but I'm not giving him the bag. I'm not throwing a huge amount of money. Rashad White or Breece Hall. I know the unpopular. Everybody gonna say Rashad because he played with JD5, but give me Breece Hall over Rashad White. That's just me. If the Lions want to trade Monty Montgomery, he would be a hell of a pickup. I'm not trading for a lot of people, y'all. I'm not giving up draft. We need as much draft capital. We need as much draft capital as we can keep. We need a lot of draft capital. You say, yeah, you're right. Bring him back on a friendly deal. Anything high, let him walk for sure. And that's my only thing. I'm not against bringing back Debo, but if he's asking for more than what his production is, nah, we can't do that. And I think from what I heard and how he speaks and the way he approaches the game, I think he's made his money in his career. And now he's trying to, just get back to the promised land. Yes. My bad. I think I missed this comment. Give Ja'Cory more reps, and I think our offense will be complete with off-season signings. Yeah, Ja'Cory definitely should be more involved in the offense. The whole, putting him in and then taking him out and all that shit, like, I didn't agree with that. The only way, the best experience is being on the football field and learning from your experience. Sean with the follow, appreciate you. TikTok showing love. Everybody that's tuned in on the YouTube page, man, if y'all new, Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, man. I greatly appreciate it. Let's see what else we got. Ja'Cory and Austin backfield would have been good. Johnny Nelson with the follow. Appreciate it. Austin Eckler and Ja'Cory probably would have been a better, matchup. No doubt. Go get DJ Chalk. He is a big and speedy. Carolina misused him, and he is not pricey. Raheem, that's not a bad acquisition, but I'll take Treylon Burks over DJ Chalk. That's just me. I ain't mad at it. But if they choose, just get me somebody 6'3" and above. 6'3" and above that can be a nice target for my man JD5. Shout out to the 1K likes. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate it. Debo wants to win, and I know he want to win, but he also seen that we had a lot of injuries too. So that's out of his control, and that's out of the coaching control as well. I think we are in the top 5 cap space. Yes, and if they let go Marshawn Lattimore, we gonna even have more money on. We're just gonna have a little bit more money on. He did good when he was healthy last season. He definitely did. Disappointing season compared to the 2024 season. Savannah, you're not wrong. We need pass rusher bad, Sean. Yes, we do. We definitely do. Wasn't Blough a QB for Detroit during their hard knocks year? Yep, he sure was. Double hearts. Washington have the oldest 53-man roster. Think they go young in the offseason? Yes, Brandon. Yes, that is definitely probably one of their biggest tasks is how they can get younger with the limited draft capital that they have, and where in the free agency can they spend more and then also get a lot more younger with less money being spent, if that makes sense. I think that's their approach. Now, how they capitalize, I don't get paid enough money to tell y'all that. I can just tell you who I like and who I would love to bring to the organization. Now, how the money gonna work? What we've seen from AP, he doesn't do 4-year deals for free agents. He's a 3-year max deal type of guy. So that's the potential year mark that every free agent is going to be looking at. But you might see a 4-year if you want to go get a Kyle Pitts because you might have to spend a little bit more money. You want to stretch that money out a little bit longer. But outside of that, you're only going to see 3-year deals. Noah with the follow. Appreciate it. The Jets would accept Eckler and Debo for Hall in a third. They ain't known for good decisions. Michael, Brees Hall is a free agent. So we not trading for him. We just gonna go pick him up out of free agency. Mr. Espanol with the follow. Appreciate it. Nice, a Redskin page. What it do, Noah? If JD5 pass into Treylon, I think he's wide receiver 2 material. I agree with you 1,000%. He did good with Josh and Marcus. Yep, he definitely did. He showed flashes going across the middle. He was a big target. He made a big catch across the middle of the field. I like Treylon Burks, but that's the type of big body receiver that I want to remain on this defense. And if we get rid of Marshawn Lattimore, another 20 mil, 18 to 20 mil, but you're not wrong. Yes, that is going to free up some more money. Hey, buddy, you guys are still not going anywhere anytime soon. True. We not. We just got to wait until the next year start to find out. He's not locked down no more. What else we got? You think we can snag Caleb Downs? I think Caleb Downs is definitely a great opportunity at 7. The only teams that fear me in drafting the Caleb Downs is the Giants to try to smite us. And maybe Cleveland, but I think that they need a lot more offensive help than they need defensive help, in my opinion. But yes, I think he falls to 7. Now, if him and David Bailey fall to 7, now we got a tough conversation. And I've already spoken on that. And we're going to do some mock drafts on here, y'all. So y'all stay tuned and y'all get ready for that. I'm just trying to wait to the end of the season to kind of let the, off-season build up. Wait till we get our defensive coordinator. Maybe at the end of the season, I'll probably kick off and do a live mock draft with y'all. And we go through the draft together. Y'all see some of the mindset behind the trades that I probably will make if the guys that I want isn't there. And we're going to keep running them until the draft come up. So y'all stay tuned for those lives, man. MBB, I don't keep up with free agency as much as last season. No, it's all good. It's all good, Mike. I got you, baby. This is why we here together, man. We fans. We can talk this thing out together. What you don't know, I help you out with. And what I don't know, you can help me out with, brother. I don't mind being corrected. Let me know I'm wrong. I can take being wrong a few times. Trade Lattimore for a 5th round pick. Honestly, man, that dude has no trade value. I don't think you're going to get a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out for Marshawn Lattimore, in my humble opinion. I don't think you're going to get nothing. We couldn't even get nothing for Jonathan Allen. You see, we had to let him go. We barely got something for Brian Robinson. Yeah, I don't know. I think we go for Pitts and the Kobe Dean. So look, me being a Georgia Bulldog fan, and I'm hearing the Kobe Dean name thrown around a lot from a free agency perspective as a target that we should go after. The only reason why I'm against going after Nakobe Dean is because I think we have 2 linebackers already in our organization that can do what we need to do. What do you want? As DC Bro Flores got an interview with y'all. That's been confirmed. I thought that they wanted to interview East Street Bangers. But if you already know, if Brian Flores gets to interview an official interview with the Washington Commanders, and that motherfucker don't sign right after the interview, like in mid-interview, they walk in with the contract. Hey, here go this bag. Y'all might see me crash the fuck out. Yeah, that may be the one time y'all see me crash out. Because that is the type of defensive coordinator I want. I've seen what he did against our offense. I don't give a fuck if it was our backup, starter. I don't give a fuck. And he started. JD5 started. Yeah, we had a chance to score, but he held us to 0. I promise y'all, if we interview Brian Flores and he do not pick us or he don't sign, whatever reason it is, I will go live and I will crash the fuck out. I promise y'all. I'm going to crash out, and that's going to be the one time y'all see Simba crash out. And I don't do it too. Nah, it depends. I'm not going to say I don't do it too often. But I'm normally cool, calm, and collected. But that would be the time that your boy crash out. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. I promise y'all I'll crash out at that time. Because that is his mindset and the way that he calls defenses is what I want as that. If I was a defensive coordinator, I will call defense just like Brian Flores. You say you tripping, you go get Dean. Dean is not a good pass coverage linebacker. You're going to get another Bobby Wagner, bro. It's a reason why you didn't see him on the field a lot when it came to pass coverage with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a great blitzing linebacker, don't get me wrong. And he's a great run-stopping linebacker. I'm not taking that away from him, but pass coverage, and he wasn't that great. Oh, you just sent it to me? I'm going to check it out, E Street. I seen him in Georgia. He's not that good in pass coverage. And he ain't that good in pass coverage in the NFL. Alex Pierce, a possibility. Oh, Caleb Downs or Jeremiah Love. Caleb Downs all day, every day. I'll take a 7th, but he's definitely not coming back next season. Or that stadium going to be empty. No, facts. Nakobe Dean was playing top 5, 10 linebacker before injury. Hold on real quick. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick. Maybe and again, I have no problem being wrong, but let me just go check something real quick. Let me just go check something. Give me 1 second, y'all. Just bear with me. All right, I stand corrected. He had a 62 coverage grade. So he wasn't that bad, but he wasn't that good either. But what he excelled at was pass rush. And damn, his run defense wasn't even that good. Ooh, I ain't even gonna read that percentage. I'm just good on him. Matt Eberflus, I do not want to fuck that money up, D-Money. I say y'all try and bring him in, pause. Nakobe Dean, E Street. I don't know, man. There's not a big guy on Nakobe band in our linebacker room when we got Jordan McGee and Kane Madrano. 2 guys that can run sideline to sideline, and one is a known pass coverage linebacker at UCLA. That's what he excelled at UCLA, dropping back into coverage. Why are we not playing him? And then Brian Flores see that, like, come on, Brian, you see we got something over here. I wish I could be a DC fan, man. Why can't you? You could be a DC fan. I just say get Jamel Dean, the cornerback from the you talking about Mike who? Mike who? Who's Mike? Mike who? Mike from Michigan, man. You remember me? Mike from Michigan, man. For y'all DC, for DC, y'all hoping to get an interview with him. That would be clutch. For y'all, no bullshit. Yeah. Mike who, nigga? Flores and Quinn, I don't know. That's a bump of mine. But that's what I'm saying. DQ got to know, Raheem, you're not wrong in that. But you got to know that what you seen with him in Minnesota, you got to, let me say this, man. As two grown adults, head coach, defensive coordinator, hey, bro, sometimes you got to know how to just say, hey, let me step out of the way and let me see if your philosophy and your way of calling the defense, Brian Flores, is what this team needs. I'm going to step back. I'm going to give you full reins to run this thing the way you see fit. And I'm only stepping in, and if it's not working. But, yes, do you gamble your head coaching job on that? Sometimes you got to, bro. Sometimes you got to. Sometimes you got to be willing to put your way aside and say, maybe my way just isn't working for the personnel that we have and that we are going to bring in here. And maybe we need to bring somebody else that is going to break it down a lot more clear and guys buy in immediately and you see the production on the field. The Miami Dolphins defense wasn't that bad. They just wanted them to tank. The Minnesota Vikings defense wasn't that bad. It's just that they didn't have a complimentary offense to help them out. Doc with the follow, appreciate it. I agree, but with ego is bigger, it's tough. Yeah. I mean, yes, the egos could get in the way, but if that don't work, then I understand why that hire isn't going to happen. But I say if he's one of the top names out there, I like him over Raheem Morris. I'm an Al Hurst guy, but he's never called a defense, and that's scarce. We can't have two offense. We can't have an offense and defensive coordinator that's never called, offense or defense before. But hey man, you got to try to make it happen. You taking Rashad White or Breece Hall to pair with Bill? I'm taking Breece Hall. Brian Flores, lady annihilates House Negroes. What? Nah, Quinn did this so they can't fire his ass mid-season next year. Nah, that's true too. Cowboys getting him. We already about to interview Brian Flores. Hey, I don't want him going to y'all. I don't want Brian Flores with the fucking nowhere near our NFC East unless he's coaching with us. I like his defensive philosophy. I like his mentality. I like his no bullshit mindset. Like, I understand the whole he demands a lot from his players. He's a no shit taker, defensive coordinator. That's sometimes, bro, that's what you need, man. You need that, bro. Look at how the Vikings defense played, bro. A no-nonsense defensive coordinator is what we need. We need somebody that's going to get fucking angry on the sideline. You see why the Houston Texans, DeMeco's Ryan is a no-nonsense type of coach. You see what type of coach you saw what type of player he was. And you see how them boys are talking. Like, I'm looking at Bullock talk to on the podcast, talking to the, like, their mentality is being fed from their defensive court, from their head coach to their defensive coordinator. It's being passed down, y'all. That's what you need. You don't need no fluffy. Okay, guys. Nah, you need a no nonsense nigga in here. But that's the type of. I don't know, man. Maybe just because me being 34, I ain't gonna be too butthurt at a coach yelling at me. I don't mind being disciplined if I fuck up. Like, yeah, certain things you ain't gonna say to me just as a grown ass man, but we'll take care of that behind closed doors. But bro, if you don't like being yelled at in 2025 as a player in the NFL, I guess that's what the league is coming to. But I don't know, man. If you can't take being yelled at and a no nonsense coach that's going to demand the best out of you, and that's all he wants because he wants the best product to be on the field every Sunday, you missing the whole logic of wanting to be a dominant defense, and that's what the fuck I want. So I don't mind it. He said you're not getting him. Man, he's not going to y'all D Money. Damn, why y'all want everybody, bro? Let us be like, God damn, y'all got something over there. Shit, let us get some good ass coaches over here. Fuck. Damn, D Money, chill on us. It's like, nah. If he go to y'all, hey, good luck to y'all, and we gonna have to face that nigga twice a year. I don't give a fuck. Next, hey, let's go. I like David Blough cooking his defense anyway. It's like, no. Cowboys needs a new owner. His son stepping up in his place when he already spoke. Jerry Jones is not letting that team go to anybody else but a family member, which is his son. That's the next man up. That is the next man up. So you're gonna get Jerry Jones 2.0. Just younger. That's all. Just a more younger, wrinkle-faced ass nigga. That's what you're gonna get. But let's get back into some of the other things that we were supposed to discuss. Other news: Commanders have requested an interview with Falcons QB coach DJ Williams, son of Doug Williams, to come in and potentially work with Jaden Daniels. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but hey, gotta keep it in the family, Slim. The Commanders is interviewing Doug Williams' son. Yes, sir, Marcus. I just put that up on the page. Can you see that, Marcus? My bad. Can you see that, buddy? Yeah. So we are interviewing Doug Williams' son, DJ Williams, who's been working with Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins in Atlanta. At this point in time, I don't know if he's a good quarterback coach or not. I did see a good step for Michael Penix going from year 1 to year 2. No, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. But get Mike Vick in there. Mike Vick as what? QB coach or as an offensive coordinator? Mike Vick can call offense? I don't know that. I don't want to be sure. But I wouldn't mind DJ Williams coming in and be a quarterback coach. I mean, he learned from his father, like father, like son. I ain't even know he was a quarterback coach until we just interviewed him. So Mike Vick, running back 1. And this is the hopes of that being somewhat true. Let me look at this post. Let me see. Yeah. I saw that East Street Bangers there. They stand there hoping to interview him. So it's a hopes to bring in Brian Flores. So we already kind of went over that and talked about Brian Flores coming in and potentially getting an interview with us. And I hate reading these type of tweets because then I get excited. I'm a fan. I get excited and I'm just like, hey, yo, make it happen. When Mike McDaniels got fired, I was make it happen. Make it happen. That's why I jumped on live. That's why I started up a live. All to be let down to get David Blough. Not saying I'm not mad that we got David Blough, but I'm just saying. I ain't saying it, but I'm just saying it. So let's see what that happens. We also interviewed, I set to interview Cardinals defensive coordinator / head coach Jonathan Gannon. Was he a head coach there? I think so. Who had a top-notch defense for the Philadelphia Eagles. I read a little bit of his resume. I wouldn't mind him being, I don't know, man. I want Brian Flores. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. What about Brian Flores' legal issues? Oh, him being a head coach again. And that's the thing. I don't know if he'd probably get interviews, but he would probably never get another head coaching opportunity. I hope he does. I hope he does. I hope he does, y'all. Let's see what else we got. Off topic, but I think we're gonna keep Burks. If they bring in a guy like Brandon Ayuk, I don't see us keeping Burks. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's gonna be the one thing I think hinder us from getting Traylon Burks back is that he wants to be a true number 2. Unless they some way somehow figure out how to bring him in. Ooh, the white lips. Oh, good God. Sorry, y'all. Lips been dry, been dehydrated severely. Matter of fact, let me get some liquid courage. This is water, H2O. He said you can't trust Slime. He ain't playing like 2 years. I know. That's what I'm skeptical of. What else we got? He was suing the NFL for racism. Yes, but he's still able to be a defensive coordinator. But head coach, that would probably be the huge red flag. I wouldn't mind DC Gannon. And I mean, I wouldn't mind him either. It's just I don't know enough about him outside of what I read about his resume and him coaching with the Eagles and having a dominant defense. What's your opinion? Brian Flores definitely deserves to be a head coach. Brian Flores and him choosing to win over tanking because the owner wanted to tank for a top pick. I don't believe in tanking. Fuck that, nigga. I'm trying to win. I'm a winner. I don't believe in. And people may say, nah, bro, that's just like a wild ass thought to have. I feel like if you gonna tank, don't show up and play. Don't play at all. Just quit the game. Like, really treat this shit like Madden. Like, sim loss. Give yourself a sim loss and say we ain't gonna play because now you gonna put players out there that could potentially hurt themselves, have a potential career-ending injury. So I don't believe in tanking. I don't believe it. I want to go out there and win every game. Is that realistic? No. But I'm a winner at heart, bro. I don't believe in going and stepping on the field and fucking losing to get a lower draft pick. I just don't believe in it. I'm not mad at nobody that does say we need to tank. We should have tanked to get a top 5 pick. I'm just not. That's just not my mentality. So I don't disregard or I don't hate on nobody. I don't dislike nobody's take if that is their thought about doing it. But don't force me to believe that I should tank.